wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Jet, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. To the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Miggy for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack, Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets. You already know what it is. It's your boy Scotty back with another one. Happy Monday! Man, listen, it has been a full-fledged, packed weekend. The SWAC women's basketball men's tournament was absolutely crazy. MEAC was crazy. SWAC was crazy. Basketball galore was crazy this week. So
I hope everybody had a chance to tune in. I caught a couple games, you know what I'm saying? I ain't see them all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You know, I saw a little something, you know what I'm saying? But it was what it was. But now, Selection Sunday has come and gone. You know, the numbers have been given. Jackson State a 14 seed. UConn a number 3 seed. The matchup that everybody wanted was, we all know we wanted the LSU rematch, okay? Everybody and their mama wanted the LSU rematch. And I did too. I really did. And every mock draft said that the rematch was imminent, and I don't call myself all knowing in basketball, right? I don't, right? I don't know how all the brackets and net rating and all that type of stuff. I don't understand it all. All I was told, and what I can't understand in my little brain, is that it was supposed to be regional based. It was supposed to be regional based. Now, how in God's green earth did regional based becomes y'all take y'all ass to UConn? I just need that to be understood. That y'all take y'all ass up to Connecticut. That don't sound very regional based to me. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. It don't sound too regional based to me. But we're here. Let's talk some basketball. Now listen, I want to be very clear. Because a lot of y'all, what I can't stand is this. I never get my credit. I've been on this platform since 2021, ranting and raving about Maya Crump. Ranting and raving. You see 8 Mile up in here ranting and raving at the Detroit Stampede. Like, I've been up here ranting and raving about Maya Crump. Now everybody want to be like, Maya Crump. I'm like, yo, I've been on Maya Crump, been there, done that. She been like that. And in the LSU game, I kept saying that you need it. If you get that Maya Crump from the LSU game 2021, where she just went unconscious in that game, Jackson State is a hard team to beat. I just want to make that very clear, right? If you get that 2021, 2022, because it was a new year, so if you get that 2022 Maya Crump playing against LSU, I believe she dropped like 24, something like that, 24, 27, 21, running in the 20s, right? Shooting threes, layups, all that mid-range. She had it all going. If you have that Maya Crump, this team is hard to beat, right? I just want to make that very clear because I've been a Maya Crump fan. And I've been such a big fan. I wanted to interview her. She told me no because, Paho State, Paho State fans was like, no, he doesn't like us, so don't go on his platform. No, don't do it. So I never got a chance to interview Maya Crump. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. All right, listen. But you know what Elite is? Elite 15 Coffee. Black-owned, veteran-owned business. Make sure you get you some Elite coffee with Elite 15 Coffee. Link in the description below. Make sure you go support veteran-owned, black-owned coffee business. Got K-Cups, Colombian breast milk. Whatever your forte is, Elite 15 got it. Elite 15 got it. Make sure you go get you something today. In the link in the description below. Black-owned, veteran-owned business. Okay? And also, listen, got a little bracket tournament. What's up, Mikey? What's good, my guy? What is good? All right, what's going on? Hope everything's good with you. Listen, want to get into a little bracket tournament? Listen, the link is in the description below. This is for the men's. I'm going to have a women's one. I'm going to announce that on Tuesday. But for the men's, You want to be a part of the ESPN bracket for OffScript, the winner I will give money to. I haven't come up with a certain amount. Got to talk to the wife. You know, can't just be giving y'all Bama's all kind of ducats and I don't get it approved by the wife. Okay, so I got to talk to the wife, see what she's cool with giving y'all. But just know there will be a financial prize of the winner of the bracket. So take your butt to ESPN and you go to the group, put in OffScript 20. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Put in OffScript and it should come up. If not, just click the link in the description below. All right, the link is in the description of the video. Put it in the password, OffScript 2024, and it'll bring you into the bracket, okay? They will bring you into the bracket. Get you some ducats. And last but not least, listen, still building the membership. I believe we're at 250 right now. Let's keep that going. Road to 300. All right, the road to 300. All right, that's where we're on to, the road to 300. We're also in the membership before July. Make sure you become a member before July. In July, we'll be doing a giveaway for the NCAA new game. For members only, all right. For members only, we will be giving away OffScript. My one of my favorite subscribers, my boy Reese, A&M grad, got an extra copy of NCAA. It says, Scotty, please give it away for the members. So for members only, in the month of July, when the game drop, we're going to be giving a giveaway. No, we'll do it before the game drop, but we'll do a game drop. So for members only, make sure you become a member, be part of getting that free NCAA. Free. Yeah, I know black people love that F word. Free. Not freedom. Sorry. We like that word too. We like freedom. All right. But free even better. I'm sorry. We like freedom too. You know what I'm saying? But free as well. I'm sorry. I need to get myself together. All right. Listen, I love doing this every year. I don't do a lot of basketball breakdowns. First of all, I leave that to people who got the time, like Live for Hoops and Herb and all them guys. Like, shout out to them who do great work. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if you ask me to break down one game, they gonna have a run for their money. You tell me to break down one game, one team, one game, they gonna have a run for their money. I'll do it with the best of them. But if you ask me to give you a whole synopsis of the landscape of, nah, I can't do it. Can't do it. Too many games, too many people. Can't do it. All right. I ain't doing it. Put too many paywalls. I ain't got time for it. Okay. Just don't got time for it. So, but one game, one moment, all I need is one shot, one kill. I'm going to do it. And this is the one, right? So every year that Jackson State has either been in the tournament or been in the NIT, I've done a breakdown. I did the breakdown. You can go back and watch the breakdown I did with LSU. Pretty much called that game. They should have won that one. I called the Memphis game. They lost that one. And I said they would. No, I think I picked them. No, I think I picked Jackson State for that one. But this year, UConn, Jackson State in the tournament. Now, let me just be very clear. I don't think any other team in the SWAC outside of UAPB and I don't even think they would have really give UConn a run for their money. I really think that the depth of Jackson State and a lot of key players that they have, and as well as the experience that a lot of these players have, is really what is going to help them in this UConn matchup and things like that, as well as a injury-led UConn team coming in off a Big East championship as well. And let's be honest, the Big East women's basketball is not good. Just want to be very clear. It's not good at all. So they kind of moonwalked through that process, and now we're here, right? So here we go. Let's talk a little team breakdown. And going with UConn, I want to make this clear because a lot of people are saying that Edwards is not playing. Edwards is playing. Okay. Aaliyah Edwards is going to play in this game, which is very, very beneficial for UConn because Aaliyah Edwards did not play in the Big East Championship and they still won that game very decisively, by the way, right? Without her playing. But it has been confirmed by a white lady on Twitter, Maggie Vanoli, all right? Gino says Aaliyah Edwards has practiced a couple days now after breaking her nose in the last weekend's Big East tournament and expects her. I was like, BET. I was like, what they know about BET? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I could have sworn that was BET, right? And expects her to be 100% for the first round later this week. So I just want to clear that up. A lot of people have been saying Edwards isn't playing. She is playing in the tournament, okay? She will be playing in that first round game. Now, team breakdown. If you have not seen UConn play, okay, a lot of their games are on YouTube. All right, I was up late. I probably watched about 7 or 8 games, right? I pretty much watched all the Big East tournament. I watched them against Texas, right? I watched them against South Carolina, right? I wanted to see at the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. I wanted to see both and just how they responded to those adversity. That's what I like to see. I like to see your best game and I like to see your worst game. I just kind of helps me out with that, right? So, couple of keys for UConn. They want to run. If you have never seen Coach Carter, if you have not seen Coach Carter, this is UConn. If anybody remembers Coach Carter, he says, what did we do all summer? Run. So what do you think I want you to do? Run, right? That is what UConn is all about. Transition, getting out in the open field, open court, I apologize, open court, and moving it down as fast as you possibly can. Gino trusts his guard play to get up and down the court as quickly as possible and make the right decision with the ball and attacking, right? So that's key. Transition offense is huge for UConn. Next, heavy guard team, right? So you lost a lot of your key bigs, right? So they'll go 4 guards. That's why you see 4 out, 1 in. They'll go in a 4 out, 1 in type system. You'll see them run flex. You'll see them run the dribble handoff, dribble weave, whatever you want to call it, whatever your playbook calls it, right? They run a lot of that, right? It's a lot of guard movements, a lot of action. Gino has changed from his earlier days, the Maya Moore era, the Breanna Stewart, right? Where a lot of the bigs would start the action, right? So the guard would kick it to the big in the elbow, and then there'll be back cuts and a lot of flex cuts and backdoor. He used to do a lot of that when you had a Breanna Stewart, when you had these big girls at the block, and they would start the action, turn around, and pretty much hit you on the back cuts and all that type of stuff. He's kind of gone away with it. He still does a lot of cuts in his offense. That's just a UConn Coach Gino Auriemma team is going to have a lot of movement. That is what Gino has always been known for. He's going to have a lot of movement in his offense. You will rarely see a team, a UConn-led team, just dribble the ball out and be like, move. Nah, them Bamas are on go every time. That's just Gino. That's how he always been. And they are a high ball pressure team. They are in your face, in your grill from the start of the whistle. You're not going to see no zone. You ain't going to see a lot of that. No, it is straight man-to-man ball pressure in your face. And the one thing that teams have to be very mindful when you're playing UConn is now that they don't have a lot of size in the block, in the paint, they double and trap it every time. If you throw that ball in the post, they will trap it. Period. It's coming from somewhere. Okay, you don't get to, because you know how basketball players, bigs, they be like, looking one way, and here comes a guard the other way, boop, boop, plucks that ball right out of you, right? Or you start dribbling, and boom, here comes the trap. They are going to trap and double team everything in the block. That's just what they do. That's just what they are now. So it's a lot of high pressure stuff, right? Some of the downfalls for UConn. They're down to about 7 to 8 girls, all right? They do not have a lot of size. A lot of their size is injured, right? A lot of their size is injured. They still have Brady. They still have Edwards, but they usually don't do a too big system. It's usually 4 in, 1 out with a lot of guard play, right? So they don't have a lot of size. And they can force the offense, right? What I mean by force the offense is usually either run it through Edwards or run it through Page, right? And that's nothing wrong, because when you have talented players like that, you want to work the ball to them. But a lot of times, outside of KK Arnold, a lot of girls are just looking to get the ball to them so they can get something going and they can make it work. So puts a lot of pressure on Page, puts a lot of pressure on Edwards to make something shake. All right. So those are just some things that I've seen with the UConn offense. Now, here's their 5, right? So once I say there are a lot of 4 guard, Page is not injured. No, Page is not injured. Walking buckets is not injured. All right. You got the freshman of the year, number 2, KK Arnold. You got Mo. You got Shade. You got Bucket. I'm gonna call it Buckets. Okay, I'm just calling it Buckets. Page Buckets. All right. You got Buckets, and then you got Edwards. All right. Those are your starting 5 girls. Now, when Edwards was out, they started Brady in her place. So don't be surprised if this looks a little different. If he brings Edwards off the bench, if she's not completely healthy, or if he's a little worried about her, or if they double up and go Edwards with Brady and either sit Maul or Shade down, right? So that's just how they work on that end, okay? Here we go. Now, key players for UConn. These are the numbers you need to see, watch, and prepare for, okay? Number 5, if you don't know, I don't know what you're doing, okay? I don't know what you're doing. You got Page Buckets. I mean, it's Page Buckets. I mean, when people call you Buckets and that's not your name, that's when you know you a real deal Holyfield, right? You got Aaliyah Edwards, 6'4", and then you got KK Arnold, the guard, at 5'9", right? So here we go. Let's break these players down. Players to watch: KK Arnold, lightning quick. Lightning quick. I'm talking about now you see me, now you don't. Lightning quick guard, right? Stellar. When I say she loves playing defense. If her shot is not falling, you know what she reminds me of? Okay, stay with me. She reminds me of a female Russell Westbrook, right? Always on 10. Even when her shot is not falling, she can impact the game outside of scoring. That is one of her keys. She can impact the game outside of scoring. So that means rebounding, boxing out really well, coming over, helping really well. She is a great on-ball defender. I'm talking about pressure constantly. Freshman of the year. My bad for the Cons defense. What's that? Don't worry about that. That was from somebody else. I left it over. And then she is a streaky shooter. All right. She is a streaky shooter. So apologize on the Cons. It should have just been streaky shooter. All right. Let's talk a little Aaliyah Edwards, right? Special talent, right? Great post moves and is athletic as hell. Okay. The issue, and please I want to be very careful because I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. The SWAC does not prepare Jackson State for these opponents, right? Because you see the conference play and you do all you see it, but that's why Tamika has to go out and play the competition that she plays, because the SWAC does not prepare her for bigs like Aaliyah Edwards. Aaliyah Edwards footwork is absolutely amazing. And if you've played in the post, you'll understand what I'm saying. What I see from a lot of SWAT girls in the post is simply this. I catch it. I turn over my dominant shoulder. So if I'm right-handed, that means I'm turning to my left. If I'm left-handed, I'm turning to my right, and I'm going to do a jump hook or a little baby hook. Or I'm going to dribble. I'm going to put my elbows out. I'm going to try to bow you and hold you back, pin you. It's called pin you. I'm going to try to pin your shoulder and turn, right? That's literally all you're going to get from girls in the SWAC who play the post, right? Unless it's that girl from Alabama State. I don't know if she's still there, or like Shaquilla Jackson or something like that. She has really good post moves. But anyway, Aaliyah Edwards is not that player. Aaliyah Edwards is, I will get it. I will face you up. I will jab, dribble right, spin back left, lay, right? I will dribble right, spin back up, under, lay. Like she is that, she's that girl, right? She is that girl. She got it all in her package deal, right? Up, unders, got a little jumper if she needs to make it. Jumper's good, but it ain't the part. I'd rather have her shoot a jumper than be close to the rim. That's just my personal opinion. I like the girl who's a forward from A&M. Light-skinned girl, tall light-skinned girl from A&M. She got good post moves. She can do it. Right? Effort and tenacity is crazy. Like, she has a great second jump. She's going to be in the block. She's fearless. She's ferocious when it comes to attacking the rebound, getting in the paint, trying again. You know what I'm saying? Just getting all the garbage off the rim. Great. Not a three-point shooter. She'll step out there to, swing the ball, but she's not going to shoot that. And overly aggressive. Sometimes, like any post player, sometimes you just put your head down and go, right? Nah. That's not how that works, my guy. I disagree with this. Anyway, not a three-point shooter, right? And overly aggressive can force shots. Simply is this, right? When you're a post player, sometimes you just bulldoze your way. Like you just, and sometimes she can go get wild and miss shots or whatever. So that just is what it is. All right. And my PTPer, baby. PTPer, prom time player. Listen, Paige buckets. Okay. Paige buckets. When I say the girl is a walking bucket, the girl is a walking bucket. Like, how can I take your order? You want it from 3, you want it from 2, you want to lay, you want it, how you want it. She can do it in inside, she can shoot mid-range, she can shoot 3. It's however you want it, right? However you want it. Great playmaker and ball handler, team leader, right? Now, she can be lax on defense. And any great offensive player, they usually take defense off because they save their energy offensively, right? Like they don't want to expend all their energy playing defense and then have to expend all that same energy playing offense. So you'll see her, sag off a little bit. She'll do like a light ball pressure. She won't be all up in your grill or whatever. She can just be a little lax on defense because once again, you trying to save your energy because she's an offensive player. Offensively, listen, man, if there was an NCAA women's basketball, like she's like a 96. Like she's like that. Okay. She's like that. She can shoot it. When she shoots it, like sometimes them just be so clean, like the net don't even move. She be shooting it from distance, the net don't even be moving. It literally be like, it just, girl's crazy. Paige buckets is crazy, right? So here are some key injuries that people have talked about. All right. Now, Jana, however you want to pronounce it, this girl is 6'5" from Egypt, okay? 6'5" from Egypt. Cairo, 6'6", 6'5" from Cairo, Egypt. Okay, that's UConn money. Torn Achilles. Azizi Fudd, knee injury. Aubrey Griffin, knee injury. Ayanna Patterson, knee injury that needed surgery. So this is where you're at. And then if you want to add the other girl, if you want to add the other girl into the mix who got a concussion, now you're down to what? That's 5 girls right there that is injured. Let me read her name off. Amari DeBerry. Amari DeBerry, right? Amari DeBerry, she has a concussion and will not be available for the tournament. All right. So you're talking about 5 girls that are down with injury. So once again, like I said, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Azizi is about 6 foot 6'1". Aubrey Griffin is about 5'11". Ayanna is about 6 foot 6'1" as well. So these are some long girls, lanky girls. These ain't no short guards. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of depth that's gone for UConn. But once again, like I said, the girl Jana is from Cairo, Egypt, and the Bama is 6'5", 6'6". All right. So this is what you're dealing with when it comes to that. All right. Now, let's get into that team breakdown of Jackson State. They will be referred to as Jackson State on this broadcast because, you know, it is a very, very important matchup. And just in case if some white people has snuck in, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them calling them what I usually call them because they don't deserve that. You don't know them like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I can call you that, but you don't know me like that. So I won't say the other name. All right, here we go. Now, Jackson State is pretty much been the same team year in and year out. Very, very deep, a very deep team, balanced scoring, strong defensive team, and they want to get out and run. Like, it's a lot of this has not changed from the years that Jackson State has been playing in these tournaments. It's a style of play that Jackson State has made famous and has done really, really well. Right. So it's the same thing. They want to get out and run when they're able to. Easy points. Right. Strong defensive team. Anybody know if you play Jackson State, it is 4 quarters of in-your-face defense, toughness, grit. It's all there. Right. A balanced scoring team. This is a team that you cannot just take away one person and think nothing else is going to work. That's not how Jackson State is built. They haven't been built like that since Amisha has been there. And it was literally Amisha and the small point guard, and then everybody else get in where they fit in. Jackson State has gone away from that, and they've gotten more diverse in their scoring when it comes to their starting 5, right? And once again, very deep bench. And when you're blowing Bamas out by 20 and 30 and 40 points, those girls have gotten experience on the floor. So now you can be confident in them to be able to shoot shots. Now, everybody says your bench is irrelevant on the road, right? That's what people say. That's what people say about basketball. When you go on the road, your bench becomes irrelevant because those players aren't ready for the big moment. Most of those players aren't ready for the big moment, so you can't depend on your bench. When you're at home, your bench is all world, right? But when you're away, it kind of shrinks, right? Now, the flaws of Jackson, right? They get turnover happy. It's just like a lackadaisical type of stuff, or stuff at the level of what they play they shouldn't be doing, right? Like, it's just simple, like they're dribbling the ball out and they'll do a lazy pass or lazy one-handed pass and it gets stolen, you know what I'm saying? Or they didn't see it, or they just get turnover happy and a little lackadaisical, right? Don't have a closer. Okay. Let me say this. I believe they do, but it's very sporadic. I think Maya Crump is the closer, right? That's just my personal opinion. I think Maya Crump is Jackson State's closer. But is she used in that way? No. So, because they never really been in that situation, if we're being completely honest, right? Like, you know, unless that's that Southern game, right, where it was real close, nip and tuck, and then they kind of pulled away at the end. So they don't have a true closer. Like, they don't have The team is not set up to where if it's like a 2 minutes or 1 minute left, you give the ball to Maya and let Maya go to work, which I believe Maya can do. I want to be very clear when I'm saying this. I believe Maya can be that. I just don't think Jackson State uses her in that function. So that's why I say you don't have a closer, right? Where in UConn, they could either go through Page or go through Edwards, whoever's decided to be hot, and bam, that's my closer. And for Jackson, I don't feel the same. And they can start off slow. That has always been their problem, is that they start off slow. They kind of play. They've always been known to play with their food and then, you know, kind of rally up in the second and third quarter. And then they wake up and then here we go. This game is not that game. You cannot start off slow in this game. I'm not telling you to get out to a 17-3 lead. If you do, thank God, right? But you cannot start off slow against UConn, especially in Connecticut. Especially in the state of Connecticut. You cannot do that. It is a basketball city. It is a basketball country for UConn. So any little thing is going to get them on 10, right? Any little thing. So you gotta keep it in parameters. You gotta keep it close. You gotta do what you're supposed to do and make good decisions with the basketball. All right, here we go. Here's the 5. Right, you got Luckett, Mahoney, Bowler, Crump, Jackson. Now this can all be rearranged for matchup purposes, but based off the stats and the most starts in the season, this is Jackson State starting 5, just based on the stats, right? That is what it is. Here we go. Key players. You got Maya Crump, 6'1" guard. Number 2, you got number 1, Bowler. I apologize. I can never say her first name. I'm just call her Bowler, 6'1" guard. And then that bad girl, Angel Jackson, DPOY. So you got the player of the year, and then you also got DPOY of the year as one of my key players. Here we go. Bowler, 3-point specialist. All right. The girl can shoot the cover off the ball if she gets going. If she gets hot, it's a wrap. I'm just telling you right now. When them braids get to flapping, it's a wrap. I'm just telling you that right now. The girl can shoot the cover off the ball. All right. High energy on defense and can finish around the rim. She is not a closer. She is not a closer at all. Right. She can make plays, but she's not a closer. And she's a so-so ball handler. And you'll see that a lot in a lot of my assessment of just the ball handling being a little so-so. Okay. It's not on the string. It's a little so-so. All right. Here we go. Angel. High motor, great second jump, right? Strong and tough inside, defender and rebounder, right? They're going to need her to be a solid fortress in the middle. She's going to have to hold Edwards down. That means blocks her out, keep her off the paint, keep her off the boards, keep her off the glass, and make her work on the other end. Because mind you, they are down 5 girls. You got to work your matchup and win that battle against Edwards. You got to. I know a lot of people won't give Jackson that credit, but she needs to win, or even if she doesn't win, she needs to compete at a high level on that matchup with Edwards, right? My cons, her mid-range shot needs some work. It does, okay? It's not consistent as it should be, and she can disappear in the game. And what I mean by that is she might have a couple of rebounds, right? Just the defensive rebounds, but you're not seeing her impact on the floor outside of, maybe a deflection here, some high hands, one area, which is a part of the game. But what I mean disappearing to the game is like, you'd be like, dang, did she score? Did she put some points up? She do a little rebound, stuff like that. And especially when she had Daphne, when Daphne was there, she would definitely get lost in the game because they wouldn't really know how to complement each other, right? They didn't really know how to complement each other on the floor. So it is what it is. Here we go. My PT peer, baby. Prime time player. Number 2, Maya Crump. Now, my bad. I put the wrong number on top, but it's number 2, Maya Crump. All right. Great 2-way player. She can do it on both sides of the ball, right? She don't take plays off. She don't take plays off. She'll D you up just as much as she'll drop a bucket in your face. All right. Great finisher around the rim. Tough, strong, will take it to the hole. Playmaker and leader. And to me, she's the closer. She should be the closer. In my personal opinion, she should be the closer. Now, her three ball is a little shaky. She reminds me she reminds me a little bit of LeBron, right? Like, you know, it's a good day when LeBron's 3-pointer is falling. When LeBron and his 3-point is going and it's falling, oh, it's going to be a long day for you. And that's the same thing with Maya. Maya is in that same boat. If Maya sees a couple of her 3-point shots going in, it's going to be a long day for you. It's going to be a long day for you. She'll hit the mid-range. That's her game. She'll dribble past you, pull up in the mid-range, cash. She'll do that all day, go to the hole. But if she sees those 3 balls go in, it's going to be a long day. And once again, she is a so-so ball handler, right? She is a so-so ball handler. Sleepers. These are my sleepers to watch for Jackson State. Now, Kashana Luckett, I've always been a big fan of her. She's a great on-ball defender. She can score. She's great. She does like this Tony Parker thing. I don't know if anybody. She can like dribble on the baseline. Tony Parker used to do that all the time. Like, he would like dribble around, dribble on the baseline, come out. She has the ability to do that. Real crafty with the ball. I would tell her in this game, you're going to have to be very mindful that you might not always be able to get to the lane. So you're going to have to stop, pop, and shoot that shot. All right. And Adriana Advent, I hope I'm saying the last name Advent. Listen, man, this girl is like the James. She's like the Manu Ginobili of 6 men. Like, she's like the Manu Ginobili, like the James Harden back in the OKC days. She is a walking microwave, right? Like, if anybody play 2K, she is a walking microwave, right? To where she can come out off the bench and just give you 25. Off the bench, give you 25, right? Just that's what she is. She's a walking bucket off the bench. This is somebody you need. This is somebody you need to get going, right? When you got to sit one of your star players down and things like that, and you need her to get in. If somebody gets in foul trouble and you need some points to be scored, Avin is that girl. She is a walking microwave she sometimes is. She sometimes is. But I like her tenacity though. You know what I'm saying? She sometimes can lose the ball, but I love her tenacity, as she's a great on-ball defender. You just can't sit her down. It is what it is. All right. Those are my sleepers to watch. Now, let me say this before I get to my matchups and keys to victory. The person that Jackson State misses the most in this game right here, and they graduated, is Deja Woodard. I'm telling you right now, if Jackson State had Deja Woodard against this injury-laden team, it would have been very much so a problem. Would have been very, very much so a problem. Here we go. All right. Now, I wanted to put this in comparison because they played the same team at home and both have lost. All right. I want to, they lost by 45. They lost by 28. Right. So I want to give y'all, they played a common opponent. Now, what I will say is this. When UConn played Texas, they had Roy Harmon, the guard. She's nasty. Oh my God, that girl's so nasty. Jesus Christ. So nasty. When Jackson State played her, she didn't play. Roy Harmon didn't play. Right. So just want to put that in context as well. But both of them ended up in losses. So just want to give you a common opponent that they both have played. All right, here we go. Here's the matchups. If everything was everything, this is how I would match it up, right? So you got Luckett on Arnold. You got Mahoney on Mole. You got Bowler on Shade, right? Now, I think the reason I put Bowler on Shade and not on Mole is I think Mole's just a little bit quicker than Shade, right? And I'd rather put Bowler. Then I got Crump on Buckets. And then, of course, Jackson on Edwards, right? So that would be my matchups for this game. All right. So y'all want to take a picture of that, blah, 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 whatever. Right? Oh, that girl Roy crazy. That girl Roy crazy, boy. That back dribble in the lane, that girl crazy. Her mid-range and how she gets to her jumper in the mid-range, that girl crazy. Woo! Anyway, so these are my matchups. All right. Now, keys to victory for UConn. Got to get out and run. You got to get out and run. And the reason is because this is easy points, right? You don't have to worry about setups and all that. It's just easy points. Go get them. And then it keeps the crowd engaged, right? Keeps that crowd going, keeps that crowd engaged, all that type of stuff. They have to protect the paint, right? Jackson State loves to drive the ball. And let me be very clear. I'll talk about that on Jackson State style, but Jackson State loves to drive the ball. They love to get in the paint. They love that. That is their bread and butter. Get in the paint, get layups, get offensive rebounds, putbacks, all types of stuff. They have to protect the paint. Defensive intensity has to stay high, right? Because Jackson State's going to come in with a chip on their shoulder, right? Feeling like, hey, we should have been here last year as well. We're here now. We're damn good, right? So they gotta match that intensity. When you're the underdog and you're coming into a battle, you already got nothing to lose, so it's whatever. So UConn can't take this team lightly, can't come in sleepwalking. It's what they can do, right? And Page and Edwards have to control the game, right? You can never let the game get away from you if you have Page or Edwards, matching buckets, matching scores. Gotta have them control the game, keep them involved. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that they don't go cold or go get streaky at the wrong time, is that when it comes down and the game is tight, they've been scoring consistently. They still got that rhythm and feel. They can put the ball in the hole. All right, here we go. For Jackson State, let me blow this up. I'm going to say, shoot your shot. I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry if you're watching me at work. Turn your head. Jackson State, you Bamas got to shoot the three. I don't care about y'all. Bamas need to be in the gym now, practicing your threes, because anytime UConn has lost, the team across for them has shot them out the gym. Okay? You have to shoot threes. I'm not saying it got to be, every time I touch it. No. But when you're open, shoot it. If I'm Tamika Reed, I'm telling you, listen, if they leave you open, shoot it. And we'll worry about it later. Okay? Because Jesus, you got to shoot your shot. Okay, because I'm looking at these little white girls that UConn be playing against, and they be out here, cash. I be like, damn. Little white girl got knee braces on. Look like her leg is 45 years old, running around. I'm like, damn. Gotta shoot the shot. Gotta shoot your shot. Okay? Here we go. Hit the boards. Got to get rebounds. Got to get second chance points. Got to get easy putbacks. Okay? Got to get those second chance points. Got to get them. Listen, I want to be very clear on this third one. Attack under control. It is too many times that I've seen Jackson State girls hit the lane and then they just go, I'm like, yo, pull the ball, stop your dribble, shoot the mid-range or pivot back out and pass it out. Stop forcing layups. They just, I'm like, bro, you can't get to the lane every single time. Shoot the mid-range. Stop and pop, right? You got to attack under control. You can't be just trying to go downhill every single time, because you get caught up in that in the SWAC where it's just wide open lane after wide open lane after wide open. No, when you take it another level, they're going to take that away from you. So you have to be able to stop, control your dribble, back it out, maybe pull the mid range, right? Floater game, all that type of stuff. But just to think that you can go downhill every single time and think you're going to get a foul called in Connecticut. In Connecticut, stop playing. Okay? Stop playing. All right? Don't let the Stars beat you. Right? Don't let the Stars beat you. Me personally, what I would say is you got to pick somebody to beat you. If it's Edwards or if it's Buckets, it's up to you. But I'll tell you this, if Buckets comes off a screen, you got to blitz it. You got to blitz it. You can't let her get comfortable and pull shots off of the screen, the pin down. You got to blitz it. You got to get the ball out of her hand. You got to double team it, hedge hard. You have to play her from 30 feet and just make her work for every single thing that she has. And I believe Jackson State defensively is that team, right? Kashana Luckett, right? Mahoney, Bowler, they're in-your-face defenders. Maya, they're in-your-face defenders, but they got to blitz Paige when she comes off those screens. And honestly, in the beginning of the game, I would see if Angel can go one-on-one with Edwards, like defensively. If she can't keep up, then we got to double. We got it when she touches and she dribbles. As soon as she dribble, we doubling. We doubling. All right, so one on that. All right, here we go. The score. That's a good point, Mr. Campbell. I like that. That's a good point. That is a good point. Good point, Mr. Campbell. Right? Here we go. Here we go. I thought long and hard. I did. Thought long and hard. You know, let me see. Watched a lot of basketball. Listen, Jackson State, y'all got a lot of money out of me because I paid for like 4 games. I had to buy 4 games last night on your Jackson State jank. All right, so I had to spend like $80. Spend like $80 trying to make it work. Okay, just trying to research and make sure I got all this right. But at the end of the day, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Listen, and I'm all for. Listen, guys. I just don't think this is a good matchup. I really don't. I really don't. I don't think this is a good matchup for Jackson State. I probably would have had them beating LSU before I had them beating UConn, right? If the difference for me is this. If I believed that Jackson State could get UConn in foul trouble, it's a different game. It is an absolutely different game. But I don't. The thing for me is this. The key factor to me is three-point shooting. And I've been in Paris, I'm going to have these call lines open. Does anybody want to call in and give their opinion? I'm opening them up right now.
You are the only participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
Paris, I've been saying this for at least 2 years, is that Tamika Reed is not doing a good enough job finding shooters, right? I don't believe she's doing a good enough job surrounding her team with shooters, right? Listen. I think let me tell you this. The guard play. Okay, here we go. LSU guard play is atrocious. Okay, I'm not a believer in Haley. I'm not a believer in Powell. I'm not a believer in none of them girls. Right? Flau'jae Johnson. She's pretty decent. She's a so-so ball handler. Right? The guard play LSU is atrocious. The big play for LSU is elite. Right? So it's not Angel Reese. It's just picking your poison. Right? If Jackson State had Daphne White, I could say, okay, it's a toss-up. Who wins that? I think Morrow is better than Reese. That's just me personally, but hey, I'm gonna leave that alone. So that's why I would have slighted, I would have leaned more towards Jackson State beating LSU because we know they can't shoot. LSU cannot shoot the three at all. It is, boys, it is better than me finding a four-leaf clover, right? That's how bad they are at shooting a three. So it's a great matchup, right? It's 2 for 2. It's 2 for 2. Like they can't get it away from, they can't get away from you in the game. So you can live with Angel Reese trying to force her shot. You can live with Morrow. Morrow's a freaking monster, right? I think I can live with that game a lot better than this game. This game, for me, UConn is just they have a lot of good shooters, right? They're not perfect, right? But KK Arnold is a decent shooter, right? Paige Buckets she's a lights out shooter. So guard play, I think, like Jen said, I think guard play wise, the matchup is better, it's more even, but the elite scoring that UConn has at the guard position, Jackson State has to make that up in a group. It has to be a group of girls that go off, right? It's not Maya going for 30, right? It's Abbott going for 15. It's Maya going for 15 to 20. It's Bowler going for 10 to 15. Like that's the type of production you need for you to be in this game. And I just don't know if they're able to do that, right? If they're able to make that happen. So that's the part to me. If it's, and like Jen said, it's all hands on deck. If all hands on deck show up, then I wouldn't be surprised if this game comes down to the wire, 79-82 or 78-80, and it goes back and forth or something like that. But at the end of the day, the only way for Jackson State to be in this game is they have to make threes. I'm sorry. Because if you think with the ball pressure, I'm telling you, once you see these UConn, if you've never seen these UConn girls play, their ball pressure is tremendous. And if you think you're going to be able to turn the corner consistently to get downhill, you're out of your cotton picking mind. They were stopping elite teams from getting in the paint. So that's my thing is you're going to need your Jackson State girls to shoot the ball, and shooting is not their strong suit. That's why, to me, LSU and Jackson State fit because they're both not strong shooters, but our guards are better than your guards. So I'll live with that. Let me get to Dre, then I'm gonna answer your question, Reese. What's up, Dre?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Man, I agree with you. I think because I believe you got to have somebody that could go bucket for bucket with Paige. So Paige could get you 30
in her sleep.
Like, I believe that if they had old girl from Norfolk State, if they had her, then that's somebody who could neutralize, because she could get you 30. And I believe that's been, if there's a something that somebody really has to, I ain't gonna say learn how to do. She needs a guard that I can guarantee you 30 if I need to. I can guarantee you 20. Because sometimes you need that. And, you need somebody that I know what I'm going to get. Your guards have been, for the most part, they've been, not pedestrian, but they've been like average. They've been, okay, we'll feel it. You need somebody that I know, you know what, go get me 25. Because Paige is going to get you that.
Yeah.
And you need somebody that also, who, like how, you remember last year where Clayton Clark didn't have to worry about South Carolina guard shooting. You think Paige is worried about them shooting? So that means now she's resting on defense.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
ain't got to worry about you scoring.
Yeah.
If they had old girls from Norfolk who, okay, I know I got to guard her because she's going to go at it. You know, so to me, I totally agree with you where you got to find somebody that can go bucket for bucket. And, I mean, you probably, when's the last time Jackson State guards had 30?
The girl, Advent, you know what's funny? Advent had 30 in one game. And she's had 28 in another game, and I think she had 22 in the championship game. So she's a walking bucket, like for real. Like she's that type of chick. Like she can get hot and go crazy. So you might need to start her just to probably keep you in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it might be somewhere to like, hey, let's feed her early to get her going. You know what I'm saying? She can get you 30.
Everybody else, all the other, like, they starting guards are not shooters.
They're not.
So
you know, Bowler and Maya are your only like shooters, but Luckett and Zakiya, they're not shooters. Like Maya and Bowler are your shooters, and Bowler is your real shooter. Maya's just a scorer. You know what I'm saying? Like she just finds a way to put the ball in the hole. She's a scorer. So that's a difference, right? But Bowler's your shooter.
Yeah, but you need a guaranteed bucket. You need somebody who I know. Like I said, I was just looking at Norfolk State. I'm like, that girl, hey, if they had her, I would feel a lot better because she could go shot for shot and everything. But when you don't have that, and Jenny, you know, Gino also knows you don't have that. You know, knows that you don't have nobody who that's what they do. So it'll be interesting to see how they guard Paige and who Paige is guarding, because you're going to have to make Paige pay for helping on the big. I believe they're going to help down low, but they're going to have to make shots. And if you miss a shot, that's going to be, so I think next year, or, you know, as she's recruiting, she's going to have to find some scorers, like folks who, hey, this is what I do.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I agree. Like I'll tell you this, if you had a Zay Green with Jackson State, oh my God, right? Yeah. That's what you need, a girl like that who in the biggest moment she gonna step up, right? Like, and if you had, because this is how I would play it, I would have Luckett, Zay, Maya, Bowler, and Edwards. And Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And then have Avid come off the bench. Like, you're really dealing with some high-level guard play right there. You know what I'm saying? So that, to me, is what you really need. But at the same time, Zay not a shooter. Maya not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still need, and if you want to think I'm lying, go watch some of your top teams that have a lot of white chicks, right? These white girls are super unathletic, but they will shoot like nobody's business.
And the thing is, like, if old girl from Norfolk State's last name is Johnson. If Johnson was on Jackson State, Maya wouldn't even. I got Maya. What's the Luckett wouldn't even be starting because she's so much of a better guard.
Yeah,
you know, somebody who's averaging. You talking about a guard who's averaging like 17 points a game. I gotta guard you.
Yeah.
You know, there's no choice. I can't sit there and just leave off of you. So I believe that may be. You know, the kryptonite, like, hey, I just don't have good enough guard play. Because, yeah, you have senior experience, but if I can't depend on you to get me a bucket every time, because you can depend on Paige to get you one every time she comes down. And you need somebody who's going to match her blow for blow.
That's facts.
Appreciate it, man.
No, appreciate you, Dre. Appreciate the call, man. Let me say this. Whoever is comparing, I don't know who's comparing JSU to South Carolina. We need to stop. Okay, let's just stop. We already know what that is. Let's stop that. Let me see this. Actually, you know what's crazy? I have played basketball. And I have coached basketball. I coached 17 UAAU team when I was in New York. So actually, basketball is actually my first sport. If my mom would tell you, she'd tell you I was a better basketball player than I was a football player. That's just what my mom said. So, but But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Let me get to JB. JB, coming to you.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing?
What's
sir?
up, JB?
Nothing much, man. Okay, I just got on the show, so I'm actually getting caught up a little bit, some of the comments and whatnot. One thing that I'm thinking about that comes to mind is, and of course, this happened last year with the Memphis game. We saw Tamika Reed get out coached. How important do you think it is for Tamika Reed, who's going against, dare I say, one of the Mount Rushmore women's basketball coaches in Gino Auriemma? How important is it for her, I guess, like to keep her head in the game in terms of, okay, make adjustments, stuff like that? Because games like this can get ugly very, very quickly if your coach isn't ready for the moment. So do you think that Coach Reed is ready for the moment? And if so, how competitive do you think this could actually be if she's actually X's and O's doing the right thing?
The thing for me, if Jackson State does that, if they do that, if they Jackson, okay. Let me get my thoughts together. She can't go full court press. This ain't the team to do that, right? Like they have two good ball handlers. Like you can't go full court press. I think if she does that soft diamond press that she does, I believe that can work because you want them to start the offense as far back as possible. And I think for me is this, for me, when it comes to coaching for Coach Reed, is you need to have an offense that is built of, you need to be installing something that the girls are constantly moving, because with the high ball pressure that UConn does, you need movement. It got to be backdoor cuts. It got to be backdoor screens. It got to be flare cuts. It got to be all type of stuff, because for you, this is not the team you can just stand around and say, who's going to go? I don't know. Because they're going to be right up in your face and you can't dribble, right? So overall, I think Coach Reed is ready for the moment. I won't say she got out coached at LSU. I think the Memphis game was.
I'm talking about Memphis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was about to say that Memphis game was absolutely atrocious. Yeah, that was. Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, that wasn't good. But I think, for this game, I think she's ready. She's seen a lot. She's experienced a lot. I think the girls are ready, and they've been tested a lot. They've played a lot of higher up competition at their home with crazy crowds. So I think she's ready. I think she's ready. She just got to get more shooters. If that means finding a couple white girls, then you just got to find a couple white girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus, because that's my biggest issue with this team, is that she just doesn't have enough shooters to where if you have a Maya dribble in or a Luckett dribble in and kick out, there's no knockdown shooter. I was watching a game against Texas when JSU played Texas. They passed the ball to this number 11 like 4 straight times, and she missed the first 2, and they gave it right back to her like, hey, we know you that girl, right? So Jackson State doesn't have that girl, right? To where you miss 2 or 3 in a row, and they're like, man, we done seen you make 5 straight. Keep shooting that hoe, right? Like, that is what Jackson State needs in this type of game, because you're not going to be able to get into the paint as much as you think, and you need to have knockdown shooters. And that's my issue with this team. And that's the part of this that it bothers me. And that's why, once again, I like the LSU matchup, because they can't shoot. You can't shoot. So, hey, let's do what we do best, and everybody hit the paint. You know what I'm saying? So I would have rather seen that. It's like with two teams like to run the ball, right? They just like, oh, it's gonna be a slugfest. And that's what it is for me.
Okay. That's all I got, man. Thank you much.
Hey, appreciate it, man. And I'm sorry. Go ahead, JB. I would just add, I would like to hear I want to hear your opinion on this, because I disagree. I think LSU is a better matchup because of the lack of shooting, right? Haley Van Leaf has become more Hailey Van Lith has become more of a scorer because now Moki has trusted Powell to bring the ball down, Poa, Powell, whatever her name is, right? And Hailey gets to play off the ball, which she is a 2-guard, right? So she gets to come off a down screen. She gets to come off a flare screen. She gets to come off those screens, catch the ball, dribble twice, and shoot. That's her comfort. That's what she feels good. And defensively, she is not good. She is a liability defensively, right? Which most of their guards all. Powell is a better defender, but she's just long. It's not like she has great footwork. The girl just long. Flau'jae Johnson is their probably best guard defender because how quick she is. So I'm not understanding the concept. And if listen, I can live with one shooter. And she's not automatic. She's hit or miss, right? So I've seen her go cold. I've seen her get hot in the game against it was LSU versus South Carolina. No, it was South Carolina. It was another game where she got hot, and I think she made like 3 threes back to back to back. But yeah, so it is. I'm always going to feel like they're the better matchup. That's just me personally. It is what it is. So. And let me say this before I get up out of here for Jack State people. If you're saying, man, I wish we had Daphne White, maybe because UConn is down so many girls, I think her height would have just helped. But, I mean, Daphne White to me is not, she ain't all that. I'm just being honest. She's real slow. She ain't really got no moves. She's just tall for no reason. That's just how I feel. So I don't want people like, well, we had Daphne White. I'm like, yeah, for this game, it works. You know what I'm saying? Because they're down so many big girls and you would have had more height and you would have had the height advantage and stuff like that. But overall, her game isn't really all that for me. That's just me personally. So that's just a little 2 cents. All right, man. So, hey, listen, I appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys get a chance. If you haven't already, go to the link in the description below. And go ahead and join the March Madness group for OffScript. Doing an OffScript bracket challenge, all right? So go ahead in the link in the description below. Go to the link, click on it, put the password in, OffScript 2024. Be a part of the bracket. I will be giving out a financial prize for the #1 person. Once again, I do not have a number on that. Got to talk to the wife, make sure she approves that financial decision, and then we will go from there. And if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and become a member of the channel. Road to 300 is in full effect. And outside of Elite Play by Paige Buckets, get you some Elite 15 coffee. You want to be in the Maya Crump category? You want to be in the Paige Buckets category? You want to be in the Aaliyah Edwards category of Elite? Well, they start their day with Elite 15 coffee. Make sure you get some today. All right? Listen, if some white people have just snuck in here, we appreciate you for tuning in. Give you a little taste of HBCU love, right? A little pinch, a little dabo. All right? See you at UConn. We'll see you in Connecticut. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm a holla. God bless.